Hey there, Storm fans. Bryant Cook, and tonight we are playing DDFT. It is a donation deck from Derek Toth, who submitted Wonder Pro Max Carini's deck list. A little bit of a history lesson for you. DDFT stands for Doomsday Fetchland Tendrils. If you go all the way back to 2007, 2008-ish time period, Storm decks always ran Gemstone Mine, City of Brass, things along those lines. And DDFT was one of the first decks to really play fetch lands like the fair decks. And that's where it got its name from. A little bit antiquated at this point in time. And if you look at this deck list, it's barely DDFT. There are, count them, 2 fetch lands. There's 1 Polluted Delta, if we'll ever zoom in for me. There we go. And then 1 Bloodstained Mire. So 2 fetch lands. They can get one of 3 dual lands. We have a scrub land, a badlands, and an underground sea. So not really DDFT. There are Doomsdays in the deck, and we have a Tendrils in the board. So technically, it fits all the criteria, but not exactly the way that I remember it. You're not running 8 fetch lands and that sort of thing. But hey, we're playing a sweet deck tonight. As I mentioned, it is Wonder Pro's deck list. I got it directly from Max, probably the best Doomsday player that I know. And they've been working on this fun brew in the meantime, where yeah, you're a Doomsday deck and you have Burning Wish to go get the Doomsday instead of something like Personal Tutor. And you have Echo of Aeons as your payoff spell. So instead of running things like Street Wraith, you sacrifice Lion's Eye Diamond and then you wheel yourself to draw the perfect number of cards and then you win the game that way. And to make that work, we have Rite of Flame and Dark Ritual to accelerate a little bit faster. We have Manamorphose to create black off of Rite of Flame, which is pretty huge. But it also makes blue for Thassa's Oracle. So it does a lot of things that we're really interested in. And then it's playing the Epic Storm package of Mox Opal, Lotus Petal, Lion's Eye Diamond, and Chrome Mox to, make your Galvanic Relays just a little bit better. On top of that, we have a Great Furnace and a Vault of Whispers, because 16 artifacts is a little bit low, so we're playing 18 with these 2 artifact lanes to make the Mox Opal just that much better. I think the only slots in the main deck that I'm not crazy about, and no offense to Max, is there's 2 Ormschent and 2 Spoils of the Vault, and these feel a little bit odd to me. Like, I understand playing Grixis doesn't give you outs to Chalice of the Void that you want to play, but like 2 Ormschent in the main deck, you just don't find it that often, so I'm a little bit concerned with that. There are 2 on the board as well, so you can board up to 4. And then Spoils is really there for post-Doomsday. For 1 black mana, you can clear your pile. And that's pretty good. So, I mean, it's fine. I mean, you can also cast it and kill yourself from 20 life. I mean, I've done that a lot in my life as well. So that's what those cards are there for. I'm not sure what I would replace them with. I kind of want to go down to 3 colors, but I feel like it might be really tough to do that in the modern era of Legacy. Prismatic Ending and Ormschent are both very powerful cards, but I don't love the mana base. I think if I have one knock against this deck, it's the mana base, but everything else, huge fan. So maybe I'm wrong. These are just initial thoughts. I've literally never played this deck before, so I could be very, very wrong. And let's go find out if I am. If you like this video, leave a comment down below. Or if you have any thoughts or questions, maybe even suggestions, as always, just leave a comment down below. I do my best to answer all of those, and I would greatly appreciate it. So yeah, without any further ado, I will see you in the first match. Don't go anywhere. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can also show your support by becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks such as badges, emotes, early access to videos, exclusive members-only content, and access to our members Discord section. As you increase the tiers, there are other rewards such as shop discounts, sideboard guides, and even free donation decks. Click the join button down below to find out more. We also have other ways you can support us, like the epicstorm.com/shop or submitting a donation deck via the epicstorm.com/donation decks. That's enough for now. Let's play some Magic. Welcome to the first match. We are on the play versus Filthy Casuals. I have no clue what they're playing. Here we have a pretty interesting hand, so I could empty the Warrens. So I guess the line would be Chrome Mox and Doomsday, Dark Ritual, Spoils of the Vault for Lotus Petal into empty. This line does not beat a Force of Will. You could also just go Imprint, Spoils, Dark Ritual, Doomsday, and hope that that's good enough. I think I like the Spoils for Lotus Petal line. Keep. Opponent with a mulligan to 4. And now to 3. Are we really going to kill ourselves with the Spoils of the Vault against a mulligan for 3? Should I just Doomsday instead? That's another question. The problem with the Doomsday line is it gives my opponent so much time. Mox. Imprint the Doomsday. Don't fail me, Spoils of the Vault. Okay, Spoils. We'll name Lotus Petal. Hey, we didn't die. Big fan of not dying. Long pause on this petal. Rite of Flame, Storm 5. Empty the Warrens. 6 Storm. And our opponent concedes. No idea what they're playing. Okay, so unknown opponent. I'm going to just resubmit. I think our deck is already perfect. And if you don't know what you're facing, a lot of people are like, well, you could board in a bounce spell or prismatic ending. I think your deck is already set up for the correct configuration in game 1s. So if you wanted to board, you can. But your deck is already set up against unknown opponents, so why bother boarding? I think it's sort of a flawed philosophy to go like, oh, well, I'm going to make my deck a little bit worse and bring in answers when you don't actually know what you're facing. So that's at least my 2 cents. This deck hates mana. So we have Lion's Eye Diamond Echo. I just don't know what they're playing. They've taken a mulligan to 6. I think so are we. This hand just doesn't do anything. Like, I could understand keeping if I got to Rite of Flame first, but I can't do that. This is actually pretty darn good. I will keep this. And we will bottom the Spoils of the Vault. Goodbye, Spoils. Underground Sea, and they're passing. Okay. Take a draw. Chrome Mox. I do like that. Lotus Petal. Lion's Eye Diamond. Mox Opal. Chrome Mox. I think I'm going to imprint the Empty. If they're another combo deck, I don't want to risk making 10 goblins and just dying. Doomsday, Chrome Mox, Dark Ritual, Burning Wish. Interesting. So if I had drawn a protection spell, I guess there's only 2 in our deck, or another draw spell, I could use Burning Wish for Thoughtseize to protect. But right now I think we might need Burning Wish to be a draw spell into the Doomsday. I'm not really sure. They missed their land drop. Okay. Draw for turn. Another Opal. Play the Gemstone. They missed their land. What does that mean? Dark Ritual. Burning Wish. Force of Negation, pitching Daze. So they're likely Doomsday. We'll cast our own Doomsday. Force of Will, pitching Force of Will. Okay, I'm going to play this Chrome Mox just for, I don't know, it can live and play for Metalcraft. Now I'm regretting not casting Empty the Warrens. Draw for turn. That's not bad. Let's tap this. Play the other Opal. Burning Wish in response. I will look at my sideboard. And our opponent just had enough. I mean, I believe that they're Doomsday, but I'm not actually sure. Like, this seems very Doomsday-like. So, we've won the Doomsday Mirror. Clearly, we're the better Doomsday deck, and everyone should quit playing the version with a million counter spells. Alright, see you in match number 2. Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Token Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $14.99. This combo token pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens. That includes our classic Storm and Mana tokens, as well as fan favorites such as Goblins, Squirrels, and Slime Time Live. But that's not all. We've expanded this token pack to cover a variety of formats with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game. Round 2 on the play. So we have a first turn Doomsday. We also have an Empty. The turn 2 Empty for 6, which I don't think is good enough. We have turn 2 Doomsday into Thassa's Oracle, but I don't know if our opponent's playing a blue deck or not. I think I'll keep and just hope that they're not playing a blue deck. Let's go! Gemstone Mine, we'll play a Lotus Petal, and another copy of Lotus Petal. Let's make some black mana here. Sacrifice, sacrifice, and Doomsday! So one of the cool things about this build is that you do have a bunch of Manamorphose and Athos's Oracle. So we want to at least keep an extra land in here just in case. You know, that whole wasteland problem thing. So we'll put an Underground Sea towards the bottom. And then an Oracle. And then just some Manamorphose. There might be a better pile, but this is the one that I can see. Having no Brainstorm is a little bit awkward. You could theoretically do an Echo pile, but if you do that, there's a good chance that your opponent could just like draw into 2 interactive pieces and kill you. So I'm not a super huge fan of that. So we'll try this instead. Okay. Pass the turn. Also, I guess like in theory I could have put a Lion's Eye Diamond in the pile, because if I do and my Oracle gets countered, I could shuffle it back in. Ancient Tomb. Sphere of Resistance. That is a big pain in the butt. Okay, pass the turn. I lose to a single wasteland now. There's a Saga. I have to live long enough to draw my deck. I have to actually draw all the way through. I don't think that's going to happen. And we're facing lands. Unfortunate. Like crop rotation. I mean, I'm just dead to wasteland here. And they grab wasteland. That'll do. That was a real big disappointment. Okay, so they're on the alley list from the showcase, which means that we don't want to empty the warrens. Galvanic Relay is not that great here. We definitely want Prismatic Ending and Chain of Vapor. I don't mind Thoughtseize either. In fact, I think I like Thoughtseize quite a bit. Let's try this out. I like leaving in Orm's Chant and Thoughtseize. They are a surgical and Pyroblast deck, so Orm's Chant has some value. Let's try that again. Okay. This is a turn 1 Echo. I think we keep that. I mean, theoretically, you could turn 1 empty, but that's not a winning line, in my opinion. You could also turn 1 Doomsday. Opponent mulligan to 4. It's a shame I have double Chrome Mox here, and not something a little bit better. Grab the Underground Sea. We'll play Chrome Mox. And print that Manamorphose. Dark Ritual. Burning Wish. Yes. We'll grab the Echo. Play a Chrome Mox. No. Play the Diamond. And then I'm going to float black. Like, the only blue card in our deck is Oracle, so floating 1 blue doesn't really help all that much. And I believe that this is lethal. Play Lion's Eye Diamond. Add a red, and then we'll hold priority and cast Burning Wish. Sacrifice the Lion's Eye Diamond for black. Yes, and then grab the Tendrils of Agony. Target them. Sweet, we have our first turn 1. Now we're on the draw against the deck with a bunch of interaction and Sphere Resistance, so a little bit tougher on the draw in Game 3. Just going to resubmit. Game 3, we're on the draw, and our opponent's mulligan. We'll keep. We're a mana away from a turn 1. Mox Diamond, so this likely means turn 1 Sphere. Stage, and that's a turn 1 Sphere Resistance, yep. Play out the Great Furnace, because if a land is going to be destroyed, we'd rather it be one we don't actually care about. You have a Maya, they have 2 cards. I guess that maybe I should have played out the Lotus Petal, but then I'm playing in a Force of Vigor. I don't know. Now, I'm just going to play out both petals. Like, I'll get blown up by Force of Vigor. Oh, and here it is. Are you copying with Stage? Why would you pay 2? Crop rotation. So, if they draw a land next turn, I'm dead. Oh no, they have a card in hand. I might just be dead anyway. And now they're representing lethal. I have 1 Chain of Vapor in my deck. Okay, the 1 Chain of Vapor might come up here. Dark Ritual, Doomsday. Actually, I think I'm a mana short. Dark Ritual, Doomsday, Manamorphose is 1 mana short. I could try to Manamorphose into the Chain of Vapor. I think that's realistically my only out here. Technically, I have 2 copies of Orm's Chant in my main deck, and I could draw one of those. The downside of that is that it takes away a lot of my resources and I likely can't come back after. Okay, so we will cast the Manamorphose. We'll add blue-white. It was not Chain of Vapor. That's a bummer. We got lands. We are 1-1. With Card Hoarder, renting your favorite combo deck has never been easier. There isn't a more affordable solution for Magic Online. Want to play the deck in this video? Check out the pinned comment below to easily rent the deck from Card Hoarder. Did you know you can rent the Epic Storm from Card Hoarder for as little as 7 tickets a week? We've made it simple to do so by including a button to rent the entire deck at theepicstorm.com/decklist. I don't know what our opponent is playing, but keep all day. They have revealed a Yorion into Windswept Heat, so probably a control deck, who knows. Manamorphose, Chromox, Imprint, Orm's Chant, Lotus Petal, cast an innocent little Manamorphose, red, Manamorphose, red, black, Galvanic Relay, Gemstone Mine, Orm's Chant, Chromox, Lotus Petal, and Mox Opal. Not bad, not bad. They grab a Tundra into Brainstorm. Basic Forest into Prismatic Ending? What's going on here? Green Sun Zenith for 1. Okay. Sure. Doomsday. Let's cast Orange Chant targeting them. They Force of Will pitching Ice Fang Quaddle. I am down. Play this Lotus Petal. Chromox. I think we're going to imprint the Galvanic Relay this time, and we're just going to empty them. Imprint the Galvanic Relay, and then Mox Opal. Let's make some mana. Empty these Warrens. 12 Goblins. And our opponent concedes, just the way I like it. Alright, Orange Chant comes in. We also want Thoughtseize. Let's get rid of the Spoils of the Vault. Maybe we leave one Thoughtseize in the sideboard for Burning Wish. And then we'll shave a Chromox and a Mox Opal. Submit. Looky here. Unplayable. We'll take a mulligan. No mana, no keeps. This theoretically does the empty thing. If our opponent for some reason kept a hand without Force of Will in it. Bottom Echo and Rite of Flame. I think you're supposed to bottom Rite of Flame because if we draw another red card, Chromox actually ends up being very good for us. Tropical Island into Green Sun Zenith for 1, so they're picking up a Dryad Arbor. Draw for turn, it's another Echo. Okay. The Lotus Petal resolved very quickly. Dark Ritual. That resolves. And I'm going to keep this Echo in hand instead of imprinting it and hope that we draw a Lion's Eye Diamond at some point. These Warrens, 10 Goblins, turn 1 on a mulligan to 5. Have to hope that that's just good enough. Opponent casts a Ponder. They did not shuffle. That's not a good sign for us. Windswept Heath. So they wanted one of those cards. And another Ponder. Okay. Vault of Whispers. Or if you're from Boston, Whispers. Vault of Whispers. Attacking for 10. They're at 8. 4 mana for a natural order into Atraxa. That's one way. I don't think we can beat Atraxa. Unfortunate. I think we're going to be going to game 3 here. Draw for turn. Yeah, we'll go to game 3. Boo! Atraxa, boo! Resubmit. On the play. Maybe we'll get to keep an insane 7? Who knows? Nope. No Lion's Eye Diamond. This hand just doesn't do anything. Like, technically it has lands and spells, but not a coherent game plan. We're going to 5. To 4. Okay, so this is a hand that can theoretically win. I mean, I wish it was a 5, but there's a chance. We'll turn 1 Thoughtseize. Take the Ice Fang Quaddle. I can't believe they kept this. Okay. Savannah into Noble Hierarch. Lotus Petal or Dark Ritual? Nope. Alright, pass. Misty Rainforest. If I were them, I think I put the Yuri into hand, but I don't know what they drew for turn. Let's find out. Another Thoughtseize. Take that Natural Order. Pass again. Flooded Strand. They attack for 2. I'll fall to 14. Still no Yuri into hand. Lion's Eye Diamond. So this means if I draw a land, I could create a win. But I think I'm just going to wheel now. Spin. That was decent. Lion's Eye Diamond. Lion's Eye Diamond. This pause here reads like a Force of Vigor. These are gone. And there it is. So I'm not going to risk the Rite of Flame knowing that our opponent could counter it and I can't Galvanic Relay. So I'm just going to accept what I have here. Okay. In theory, I could have sequenced this a little bit different, where I could have started on Rite of Flame and then played Diamond, Diamond, Opal. And then if they Force of Vigor, I can Echo. I don't know if I love that, but it was a choice I could have, a choice I could have made. All right, they're attacking for 2 again. Our relay looks like it was pretty good. Orm's Chant with a pair of Lion's Eye Diamonds. There's the Natural Order. Atraxa has entered the battlefield. Daze and Day Force of Will were both revealed. Okay. We need to win this turn. Play Thoughtseize. Because we want to start on the Thoughtseize so that way the Orm's Chant stands a better chance of resolving. Take the Force of Will. Cast the Orm's Chant. Target them. So with the Noble Hierarch in play, the Atraxa will swing 8 in the air next turn. That means another Noble Hierarch effect would kill me if I am forced to empty the Warrens. Okay. Let's hope we draw into a win here. Tap this for blue, I guess? I don't know. Blue again. And black. A lot of mana. Let's see a good payoff here. This is a cool one. This is a cool one. Okay. This is a win. So we're going to use Galvanic Relay to clear our deck. Doomsday. And we'll select 5 lands. And you choose 5 lands because you just want to let your opponent know that it doesn't matter. Yeah, sure. Galvanic Relay. Oh no, I've revealed 5 unique lands? How did that happen? Oh no. I'm so concerned right now. Voss's Oracle. Trigger. 2 and 1. We did it. If you're still watching, make sure to give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. While you're near the description, here's a reminder to use our affiliate links if you're going to make a purchase from Amazon, Card Hoarder, or TCG Player. Just above those affiliate links, you'll find our social channels. Make sure to join those to connect with us. No clue what our opponent's playing, but I'm going to keep this. We're an artifact away from an absolutely insane Galvanic Relay. Also, just a red land would do it too. Urza's Saga, sure. Manifold Key. Alright, so they're likely the Karnforge deck. Empty, not going to do it here, unfortunately. Okay, Basic Island, Lotus Petal, Grim Monolith, and it's looking more and more like the Karnforge deck by the second. 5 mana. There's Karn the Great Piece of Trash. Liquid Metal Coating. Okay. They're going to turn my land into an artifact. Which normally would help, but there's a Karn the Great Creator in play. And I think we're supposed to just concede here. Don't show them what else we've got going on. These were not good draws. Okay, so we do not need Orm's Chant. I am, in fact, interested in Thoughtseize. The Prismatic Endings actually aren't good in this matchup because they're not a Chalice of the Void deck. So we don't care that much there. Maybe board out 1 relay. Guess we probably want the 1 of Miracle Chain of Vapor, although it's not realistic in my opinion. Board out another relay. Let's try this. Keep. Alright, our opponent has kept 6 cards, but it doesn't matter because we're going to spin that wheel. Lion's Eye Diamond. Add 3 blue. Spin, spin. Rite of Flame. Chromox is 3 mana. So this actually doesn't do anything. And we don't have a Thoughtseize in the sideboard. I have to pass. Our opponent plays a pair of Lotus Petals Urza's Saga and passes the turn. Vault of Whispers. That will give us Metalcraft. And print the empty. Okay. Doomsday. We could do the Spoils Oracle pile here. Seems kind of free. I guess in the middle of the pile, I'll put Echo Lion's Eye Diamond and a land. Alright, Oracle on the bottom. Echo, Diamond, Land, Spoils. Pass the turn. City of Traders into Mesmeric Orb. Okay, so I have to mill 3. Does that mean that I just draw the Oracle? I think it does. Oh no, Oracle's my bottom card. But I still win here. So, Rite of Flame. Hard cast the Echo. I would redraw the Diamond. That's not a winning... I can never make more mana. Yeah, I have to pass. They mill a Manifold Key. Alright, Saga gets a card here. I don't know if they'd have anything that stops me here, but I'm not sure. Okay. Alright. So I figured out what stops me here. They hardcast an Echo. What would stop me here is Karn the Great Creator into... Or what would have stopped me there was Karn the Great Creator into the Liquid Metal Coating, but now I have the Underground Sea back, so that doesn't really matter as much. Mystic Forge. Okay. Now they can just keep milling. So they have Basalt Monolith, Mesmeric Orb. They can mill until they hit Echo and theoretically win the game. So they're just going to keep milling until they hit Echo of Aeons and they just generate enough mana to Karn the Great Creator into Aetherflux Reservoir. Okay. Another Lion's Eye Diamond. Realistically, I believe I've lost this game. Yeah, all they have to do now is find a Karn. Karn into Reservoir will do it, and there it is. Or even Mycosynth Lattice. I mean, there's a number of cards that could do it here. Aetherflux Reservoir, sure thing. They already have the Echo in the graveyard as well. So they gain 17 life with this Grim Monolith, so they need one more spell. And that'll do it. So we are now 2-2, falling to Karn Forge. The Command Tower software by Eminence Gaming is perfect for hosting your own Magic events with features such as easy-to-create event registration for 4-player and one-on-one Swiss-based games. Event management has never been so simple, and it's done on the web, no downloads are required. You can sign up for $5 by visiting eminence.events/subscribe. The 5th and final round, we're on the play. Unfortunately, I don't think we're allowed to keep that one. If I could cast this Manamorphose, it'd be a turn 1. Keep and get rid of the spare Dark Ritual. Okay, Dark Ritual. Doomsday. Our opponent has a Force Will pitching Dress down. Unfortunate. Okay, we'll take a draw. Another Diamond. Pass. Okay. Another Manamorphose. They play a Plains and have 5 cards in hand. Fairy Time Raveler. Okay. They draw a card. Is this our window? Certainly a good one. Manamorphose. Red, black. Badlands. Manamorphose again. Red, black. Okay, so we sort of missed on drawing another card to support this Echo of Aeons. So I think we're supposed to Echo and just kind of pray that it works. Blue and black. Spin the wheel on Echo of Aeons. Storm is 6. And it resolves! Lotus Petal. Mox Opal. Rite of Flame. And then we have enough to Galvanic Relay and empty the Warren, so we're going to do both. But I'm going to Galvanic Relay first because I want the empty to be for just a little bit more to make sure that No number of blockers or Swords to Plowshares gives them a full another turn, and the difference between 10 and 11 Galvanic Relay copies isn't as large. Empty the Warrens. 22 Goblins. We win! Alright, one game away from being able to get our money back. Orm's Chant comes in. We want 2 more Thoughtseize. Get rid of these spoils with the vault. I'm sorry, Max. The card just... It's not good. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. And then we'll shave 1 Chrome Mox and 1 Mox Opal. Game number 2, and keep. This hand is fantastic. Opponent on 6 cards. Thoughtseize? What? What? So maybe they're on Cephalid Breakfast? I had them pegged for like Stoneblade or something. That was brutal. Okay. It's not bad, but we have to pass. And now they've selected Tundra. So if they are on Cephalid Breakfast, I think we just lost. What are they playing? That would have been a good draw if it weren't for the Lavinia. Okay, I'm going to just... We can go to the next game. My hand was very good, and they just had it. Unfortunate. I think I don't want the empties against them, so I'm going to board those out, and then I'll bring in the last Thoughtseize. I could board in Prismatic Ending or Chain of Vapor for the Lavinias, but I think that's kind of attacking the matchup in the wrong way. Game 3 on the play. Keep. Badlands into Thoughtseize. What are you doing over there? So they are a random control deck. We'll take the Force of Will. Alright, I think I'm actually going to spin the wheel here. I was thinking about maybe like trying to value game it, but I think that's just a mistake. I have Galvanic Relay in my deck. This is a great turn to try to play into that. Unfortunately, not a possibility, but we did start the game up 2 permanents. You can hide all of those, take a draw, another Doomsday. Fetch. Weird, because I want the white source for the orange champ, but I guess we could maybe make a Manamorphose pile. I can also just win through the Lavinia. Let's Burning Wish. See if this resolves. And it does. Okay. Grab the Echo. So one thing about grabbing the Echo here is our opponent's likely to counterspell an Orm's Chant instead of just allowing it to resolve. Sure. That's fine. Draw a Rite of Flame. We're just going to try to win through this Lavinia. Rite of Flame. Orm's Chant targeting you. That resolved. Dark Ritual. And I'm going to relay first. I could Doomsday into relay, but I don't think that's a line we actually want to take here. Gemstone Mine, relay, relay, Rite of Flame. And then we'll Doomsday. This Echo in my hand is useless. So I think I want Manamorphose, Thoughtseize, Orms. I think I want to set up a relay next turn instead of trying to win. Like, let's just make sure that the Oracle gets the job done. Maybe another Orm's Chant. They have 6 cards. Maybe I'd just do a land? Is that crazy? Okay, so land on the bottom. Manamorphose above that. And then we'll do Chant, Thoughtseize. I'm at 8. Okay, they have land 3. I guess I'm probably dead if they Thoughtseize me, but I don't think I'm allowed to play around it. Play the Gemstone. Thoughtseize. Take the Fluster. Rite of Flame. And then if I Galvanic Relay for 3, I can draw the last land. So the Manamorphose is actually a dead card and I didn't realize it. Okay. I am at 2. We draw the land. Orm's Chant targeting you. Force pitching Force. Thassa's Oracle. Hey, we got the 3-2. I love it. Alright, so let's open up our chest, see if we get anything good. Niv Mizzet Supreme from Aftermath. And some really bad Centaur Warrior thing. Okay. Well, I don't really have any direct feedback on the deck. I mean, it was a kind of a small sample. I don't love spoils. Like, I think that's probably one of the weaker cards in the deck. Orm's Chant was fine. I could see moving the chance to the main deck and not playing spoils at all. That actually seems pretty reasonable to me. But I thought the deck was much better than I expected. So thank you to Derek Toth for the donation deck. I really do appreciate your support. Thank you to Max Carini for the deck list itself. Max, you're a wonderful player. Maybe I didn't play it as well as you would have, but that was my feedback. I'm just not impressed by Spoils of the Vault. I would have preferred just having Orum's Chance. And the deck was sweet. I mean, super fun deck to play in a local or a random league. I don't know if I would take it to a challenge, but the deck is awesome. Thanks for watching. Have a great day and keep storming. Hey, Bryant Cook here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, but also follow the social media channels down below. If you want to support this content directly, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/shop. And if you need a little bit of assistance with the Epic Storm to get to that next level, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/tutoring. Don't worry, there's more great content coming right up.